Interviews for marriage-based adjustment of status applications and family-based adjustment of status applications are back. Listen up, folks. People are getting arrested when they go to the USCIS office for these interviews. So what are some things to be looking out for? If you're out of status, number one, and number two, you have criminal convictions that are very serious, you are risking being arrested when you go to these interviews. Now, what can you do? Well, you can try to file your application before you fall out of status. If this is possible, do that. If you have any criminal convictions, make sure you're consulting with an attorney, especially if you file this application on your own. I know a lot of you have. And so make sure you're consulting with an attorney if you're out of status and you have criminal convictions. Even if you don't have criminal convictions, technically they could arrest you. We don't anticipate people who don't have criminal convictions to be arrested, but so far the reports that we have are these are for people who are out of status and they have criminal convictions. And typically the criminal convictions are something more than something very minor, such as like a very minor traffic, of course, violation, or something like reckless driving or something like that is probably not going to be a reason for them to arrest you. But it's still possible because technically they can detain you and they can place you in removal proceedings. But really, if you have a criminal conviction for some kind of battery, some kind of, strong misdemeanor, if you have DUIs, or if you have multiple DUIs, these are things that you definitely want to consult with an attorney, because it can lead to you going to the interview thinking that you're about to get your green card and then ICE officers arresting you at the interview and placing you in removal proceedings. So it's very important that you reach out to an attorney and consult with them before you actually show up for the interview. Hopefully, if you do have an attorney, they're aware of this trend that's been going on. I'm sure, hopefully they are. They should be, and they should be assessing the risk for you to show up at that interview. Of course, some of these people who are being placed in removal proceedings are still going to be able to adjust their status before an immigration judge, but the point is that they will arrest you, go through that trauma of being arrested. You will be placed in removal proceedings, and then it becomes a lot more expensive when you are in removal proceedings. The attorney fees and everything becomes more expensive. So again, what do you do? Well, you file while you're in status if you can. So if you're on a student visa, you're on some kind of visitor visa, you were paroled and you're on some kind of TPS from all the countries that now, Haiti, Nicaragua, etc., that are going to be Venezuela, who these paroles are expiring. Make sure you're filing before it expires if possible, because that will lock your status in while your application for your green card is